Erling Haaland's agent has spoken out today about the future of the robot. This is what the agent has to say. Haaland's agent Pimenta, this has come from Fabrizio Romano, on the links with Real Madrid. It says Erling is the master of his own destiny always. He will always do what's good for him and for Manchester City. Interesting. That's interesting wording, isn't it? When they are all open to make a change, it will happen. Erling will always be respectful. So that's interesting. I'm going to bookmark this in case it ever goes south. For sure, respect has to be on both the club and the player's side. I have no doubts. Manchester City will respect him. If something has to happen one day, we will agree on every step together with the club. It's always about respect. Is Haaland happy in Manchester? You should ask him. I'm not saying the opposite. I know that, but I'm not speaking for others. I see clear way. Great sporting results come when you're happy, good feeling, energy, and then things happen, says his agent Pimenta. Listen, I think a lot of people worry, don't they? A lot of City fans worry, and I understand why, yeah? Because we've got one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world, in Erling Haaland, and we don't want him to leave, right? We don't want him to leave. And when we see speculation about a potential move to Real Madrid, when we see the rumours of release clauses in his contract, that gets a lot of people to feel a little bit nervous, yeah? Have a little bit of a wobble on that. What I would say on that situation is, this is the price you have to pay for having a player like this. Yeah, when you have an elite level player, you have to accept that there's going to be speculation. There's going to be speculation about the future, because that's what happens. Other clubs are interested in him, right? Real Madrid, massive club. Yeah, we've always heard from years, even like 2 years ago, before he even signed for City, that maybe one day he's got aspirations of playing for Real Madrid. Now, that may or may not materialise. He might never sign for Real Madrid. And then you're worrying about nothing. He might sign for Real Madrid next summer. We have no idea. What I would say to you guys is, who are worried about the situation is, one, focus on the present. Focus on the here and now. Don't worry about something that may or may never happen, right? We got Erling Haaland. He loves it at this football club. He absolutely loves it. The fans love him. We adore him. He adores the fans. Everything is perfect for him. He probably has everything that he wants. He doesn't have to lift a finger. He can do whatever he wants, yeah? He's getting paid a shit ton of cash as well. Excuse the French, right? And I think that there is a respect, as the agent says there is a respect between the football club on one side and the player and his advisors on the other side, that if one day Erling Haaland wakes up and decides that his future lies at Real Madrid or elsewhere, that we will come to an agreement and that we will facilitate that move, and it will not be a hostage scenario. You know what I mean? And actually, this is why I previously said, slightly controversially, that I don't think having a release clause in the contract is necessarily a bad thing, because then it keeps everyone knowing where they are. I mean, if you look at for the Bernardo Silva situation, for example, I mean, one of the reasons he's probably not left Manchester City is because City have valued him at £100 million over the last 2-3 summers, which is legit, that's right, because he's that good, right? But if the players then go in, well, I think you should value me at 60 million, you have a friction. And the club's like, well, you don't really get to decide the value, we do. But then the club could, in theory, overvalue a player to make them not leave. If you have a release clause in the contract, there's no moaning. No one's moaning. If Haaland has a £250 million release clause in his contract, which, by the way, and I'm interested to get your thoughts, comment down below, what should his release clause be if there is one? That should be the minimum release clause, in my opinion. And he signs that contract, right? So he signs a new contract at Manchester City. He's got a £250 million release clause in the deal. If he wants to leave, him as a player and his agents can't moan at City demanding 250 million, because that's the release clause. That's what you signed to leave this football club. If you want to leave, someone needs to pay 250 million. There's no moaning then. It's on you. And the same with City. If someone comes in the next day and pays 250 million and Haaland goes, you know what, I fancy it, I'm going to go. City can't moan. City can't be going, oh, bloody hell, what are we going to do? Because you always knew this day could come. But what it does, it keeps both parties on the same page. And I mean, if you look at the Harry Kane scenario at Tottenham Hotspur, when we tried to sign him, apparently had a gentleman's agreement that £100 million would see him leave. But it wasn't written into the contract. City bid 100 million, he gets rejected, right? Or they don't even answer the calls. There comes friction. Why? Because you said one thing and now you're not honouring it. Put it in the contract, guys. Put it in the contract. £250 million release clause, minimum, put it in there. And if one day he decides to go to Real Madrid, so be it. Let him go. It'll go with my blessing. You know what I mean? I'll be like, thanks for everything you've done. I wish you would have stayed, but it is what it is. That's my view on it. You know what I mean? I think people need to stop worrying about it. Do you know what I mean? I got to say this to you, yeah. When I was 10 years ago or whatever, right? When I was early 20s, or in fact, I was late teens. Sound old there. I didn't want to say that. That's a bit of a madness. Might cut that from the video. Yeah, I remember when we had Vincent Kompany, right, the football club, yeah. And I remember having these thoughts to myself that when Vincent Kompany leaves, that's us, we're done, we're finished. When Sergio Aguero leaves Manchester City, we're done, we're finished. When David Silva leaves, that's it. And then one by one, these players started to leave. You've seen Kompany leave, we continue to win. You've seen Aguero leave, we continue to win. We've seen David Silva leave, we continue to win. We've seen Fernandinho leave, we've continued to win. I've got past the point now of thinking to myself, oh, if this player leaves, that's the end of the football club. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So, listen, I want him to stay forever, yeah, because he's mint and he's a City fan and it's great. But if he does leave, so be it. We move. We sign someone else. Or we stick with Alvarez, who, by the way, is not a bad striker either. So, listen, it's interesting that the agent has been talking. There have been rumours flying around the last to say 6 months that City are prepared to open talks with Erling Haaland on a new contract. I think that is absolutely spot on. I will be doing that. And people were saying, you only signed last summer. With these players, you want to keep them on a longer contract as possible. Look at what PSG have got themselves into with Kylian Mbappe. They're screwed, mate. They're absolutely screwed because he's been playing them. He's been playing them, signing these crappy little 2-year deals. Nah, I want Erling Haaland on minimum 3 years. If he ever gets below 3 years, he's got the power then. You got to, and as much as I love Erling Haaland, I'm a Manchester City fan, and we got to keep the power as a club. We got to keep the power. So keep giving him the new deals, keep extending him his contract. You got to give him more and more money, but that's the way the game's gone. What can you do? And in my opinion, stick a release clause in there. Stick a release clause in there. 250 million absolute bare minimum. Let me know in the comments down below what you think it should be. And then if he ever leaves because someone pays the 250 million, we'll have a little cry and then we'll move on with 250 million pound in the bank. That's my opinion on it. I wouldn't moan. I'd chill out. It is what it is. We've got the best striker in the world, in my opinion. We just won the treble, and it is what it is. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think in it in the comment section below. Smash a like on the video if you want this video to pop off to every single City fan who is worrying about Erling Haaland. Then you guys need to smash a like and boost the video for the algorithm so then these City fans who are sitting here all the time moaning and crying about Erling Haaland's future will see this video and then they can relax. You're doing a service to your fellow City fan. Guys, make sure you are subscribed. Remember, this is the second channel. This is More LB. We're trying to get to 400 subscribers. So make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you in a bit, people.